Hey people, what's happening? You're tuned into the Mixtape right now with your girl Amy. You know it's the only place to be on a Thursday night because you don't want to be moving for the next 30 minutes. I'm here at Vibe Bar in Brick Lane to catch up with Shiva SoundSystem, Nerve and Decode. Let's hear what you have to say. Hey guys, my guest on this week's mixtape, I've got a different kind of vibe going on. I've got the guys here from Shiva SoundSystem. How you doing?
Hello. Good. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
You know what, these guys are going to be kind of educating me today. So let's start off by you guys winning Best Alternative Act at the Brit Asian Music Awards. How did that feel?
Slight shock. Nem was away for the award ceremony, so I went down with who's now my wife, and one of my good friends. And
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was actually quite a shock, a pleasant shock. I mean, we're up against Talvin, we're up against ADF, Sook Knight. He's doing some really cool things in the dubstep world. Who else was there?
I thought Sook Knight would have won.
Same, yeah.
He's smashing it right now.
Yeah.
He's doing really well, and it was nice to be nominated alongside all those acts.
Exactly.
And then winning was like.
So that's
what?
really good for you guys. That shows that you have a lot of fans because it was a public vote. So
Yeah.
you know,
exactly.
the 5 best acts or the 4 best acts got put down and people voted in.
Cool.
So a lot of people called in for
Cool.
you guys.
Well, thank you to everyone that voted for
Absolutely.
us as well. Cheers.
Cheers.
So how did you guys all get together? I heard you just met across the road about 6 years ago.
We saw each other through a crowded nightclub, and it was like, you know, love at first sight, and you know, we just ran into each other's arms and fell and like melted into each other into this pool
Sounds
of.
a bit like a Bollywood film.
Music started playing,
Yeah.
coloured flowers
Yeah,
just
man.
everywhere.
And then it rained inside. Thunderstorms.
Yeah, then our girlfriends got in the way.
Yeah, dragged us apart.
Wow.
And then, but we fought them off and then ran towards each other again. And then our
Sounds
mothers
really
got in the way.
dramatic.
And now we're married.
I can
Yeah.
just like hear the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the rings on.
Yeah, but not to each other, obviously. I'm joking about all that.
But on a serious note, how did you guys? You just.
Yeah, I was DJing over the road. I was part of an Asian underground night called Swaraj, which had a residency on Brick Lane many moons ago. And D came to a night, and that was when we first kind of met each other. And then years later, I had a warehouse in Hackney that was like Shiva SoundSystem's headquarters, and we threw these huge parties.
Yeah, I knew that it was going to be something to do with Party Central.
Absolutely.
Well, obviously, you know, that's what we do for a living.
It's actually
so.
our profession to
Yeah,
just party.
Just party hard, Joe.
Yeah. It's quite. It's not a bad profession to, but we are professional about it. You know, we are professional at partying. But yeah, we met and D.
I actually came in. I turned up at the party quite randomly. I wasn't actually supposed to come. Checked out the vibe, and it was probably one of the most unique parties I'd been to in a long time. And that was just a very exciting period for East London generally. And I literally, at the end of the party, I think I got in a headlock, and I was like, "I'm playing at your next party," literally. And he went, "Okay." And yeah, from then on, we just kind of naturally started working
kind
together.
Of like, there's always kind of different events going on, isn't there? So.
Yeah, we had one last night here, which is why
And I wasn't invited.
Like this. Sorry, darling. I didn't know it was. I didn't think it was your cup of tea. You know.
Yeah, but come on, like, how am I going to learn if
It was
like,
a
you don't
festival,
invite
man.
me?
There's no invite. You just had to turn up.
It's true. It was an all-day festival,
Yeah.
so you know, and it was well
12
advertised,
hours
apparently.
of partying.
Yeah.
No, but I was like just expecting a personal invite.
Sorry, love.
Yeah,
Sorry.
personal touch wasn't actually
Yeah, it just
there
wasn't
yesterday.
there. No.
I don't think we were there actually. We weren't even there for most of it. It was a hectic one. But that's the thing, is that, you know, we threw these parties, and with those parties we got kind of, I think, the nod from Clubland or established venues going, right, come here and do this properly in our clubs, and that's kind of how we took off.
You said it was kind of like a unique event. What makes an event unique for you guys?
It's vibe, it's atmosphere. I think it's kind of like-minded people getting together and kind of sharing the same atmosphere in a sense, because obviously there's hundreds of parties every single weekend, across various different locations, but it's about how it all works once the people are in the room at the same time, and how they react to the music. I think
also musically, something different also really helps as well. The fact that we kind of like to push boundaries about what we program, what's even considered a certain genre of music, and we've been really lucky actually, because we haven't been absorbed into one musical genre or another.
That's good though, in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant because we can do anything. Do you know what I mean?
Kind of subconsciously avoided getting pigeonholed.
They can do anything they want to do.
Yeah, we do.
I like the way you said that so confidently.
Well, we've got, I mean, put it this way, we had an album out, or a compilation album, the first album from Shiva SoundSystem in like ever. Like 10 years people have been waiting for this thing. And it came out, and the first single was a really nice poppy tune that Dee had written, like a pop drum and bass track called Glitter Step. And then we followed that with a track that he wrote, I did the lyrics for, called Outlaw, which is a take on dubstep combined with punk. And the next single is gonna sort of exemplify how different we can get. We've got this this band called the Foreign Beggars, which are really big on the UK hip hop circuit. They've toured with The Prodigy. They've been on the soundtrack to Skins. They've done all sorts of great stuff.
I think their name's been floating around for a while.
Yeah, the Foreign Beggars are wicked.
Blew up this year to another level, really.
Completely. And they have done a track with us that's their first death metal tune.
Wow.
So we're going to put that out and see what happens with that. So we really can do anything, and that's the beauty of it. And I think Dee sort of, I think your live act's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, beginning of the year I started the solo album because I was, you know, still hot off of writing all the stuff for the Shiva album, so I thought I'd just carry on, you know.
So you still had the
writing.
creative juices flowing.
Yeah, but just sort of, you know, take it to the next level and kind of evolve what came out of, you know, the Shiva album. So essentially it's going to be a live,
So what can we expect?
It's a combination of so many different vibes. Essentially what I feel is A, missing in music at the moment, B, what I kind of found salvation in when I was growing up listening to music, especially people like The Prodigy, Chemical Brothers, you know, all the big kind of dance acts, which I think don't really exist anymore. You know, I hear so many new acts which actually kind of follow a really kind of formulated kind of vibe.
I don't know, over like, you know, we had garage,
Yeah.
and now there's kind of like the whole UK funky scene. What do you think about that? Because I think that's quite popular here in London.
UK funky.
Yeah, it's
I'm still
popular
trying to
everywhere.
get used to the name.
Oh, it's basically
UK,
garage, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's basically garage.
Yeah.
with a
It
bigger
is supposed to
bass
be
Speed it up.
garage, but they're saying it's kind of moved on a little bit.
Yeah, it
so.
has. I mean, but then garage also evolved to dubstep, which kind
Yeah.
of took bits from drum and bass. And if you look at electro now, it's good that bass has finally seems to permeate everywhere now,
Yeah.
and that's thanks to dubstep. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know. I mean, some of UK funky stuff's all right. Some of the bass lines are a bit comedic, but you've got to, you know, you can often have a bit too much of a wobbly bass line, which makes you think of like, you know,
Clowns.
Yeah, clowns or or
Tipsy clowns.
yeah, or drunk cows, or I don't know, people on various substances that can't
Yeah.
walk properly. Yeah. So bass lines can be good and can be bad.
Yeah, so you heard that. Bass lines can be good and bad and sound like clowns. And
Especially if you have the
Benny
brown
clowns.
note. The brown note is a note you want to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that
To
is?
explain the brown note. It's actually,
the
is it
brown note.
scientifically proven?
I don't even
Yeah,
know
I
what this
think it is.
means.
Right,
I'm
the
good-
brown
I'm
note.
learning
The brown
something now.
note is a frequency of sound which is so low that when you hear it, you defecate.
Yeah.
It's called the brown
The
note.
The
brown
brown
note,
note.
yeah.
It cleans
This
out
is
your
fact,
your
by the
your
way.
your
Yeah.
what's
In
it
layman's terms, it makes
your
you poo.
colon? No, that's not right.
Oh, come on.
It's true. There's actually
No way.
There was
I do
actually
not
a
believe this.
frequency that exists in the spectrum that if you hear it at a certain dB level, it makes you
Put yourself.
poo. Yeah.
Right, I'm so
And
going
that's
on
our
Google
next
after
mission.
this
Yeah,
to
yeah.
check
I
this
wanna
out.
I want to do one track on my album which does that,
See-
like right at the end. So like you listen to the entire album and then right at the
No,
end
because
you
you
just
need the equipment.
poo
Bro. You
yourself.
need the equipment to actually have it.
So does
what
it
you
have
should
to
do-
have kind
What,
of like a
equipment being a
warning?
nappy,
Do you have
yeah.
to kind of like have a warning on the
absolutely no. It's going to
on
be
the front cover?
no. That's going to be the shock factor.
No, I
of the
think the
album.
last ever gig we do ever
Yeah.
before retirement, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it was just like a a real big gig, and then bang, and then everyone
Yeah.
poos
Lose
themselves.
himself. Yeah.
Okay.
The cleanup operation
Remember
for
that?
is going to be disgusting. We're going to have to outsource the
We're gonna have a portaloo per person.
Yeah, I think
in
you
the
really
venue.
guys
I
have
don't
to
know
look
about
into
that.
the cleaning side of it.
I reckon. I think we should just give out Pampers on the way in. Do you know what I mean? You know, you get earplugs.
Earplugs
in
and
venues.
Pampers. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
But that might work for Pampers because you'll be like kind of
A little party
advertising
kit.
them.
Yeah, we could get
Used to be
sponsorship
glow
from them.
rods.
You know what? On the Pampers note, on the Pampers note, let's take a break. I'll see you on the other side.
A toilet break.